I would like to introduce to you a dear friend and a real Oregon treasure, Barbara K. Huey Roberts.
Before I respond to David, and before I make any other remarks, I would like to bring to your attention something very interesting and special. This is a brand new podium. And would the person who made this podium and delivered it today please raise their hand or stand? Demonstrates to you when in small towns, when things need done, people step forward and make them happen. I always tell people I learned that here, that if you wanted to have a parade, you built a float and then you rode on it. That was the Sheridan way. And when I moved to Portland, they didn't tell me things were any different there, so I just kept doing it. So I would like to thank the school board chair for this wonderful podium that I get to use on its opening day, I guess is what we would call it. And I just want to say very much how much I appreciate the extra work and the beauty of this gorgeous podium. So thank you very much. Representative Gomberg, your formal title, of course, my thanks for your very warm and personal introduction. He knows a lot about me, and he was very careful what he told, but he just couldn't resist the cheerleader thing. I was very fortunate, as you heard, to have both David Gomberg and his wife Susan serve on my professional staffs at different steps in my political career. And today it feels just a little emotional to mix those career memories together with a special return to my hometown. I am so honored to have my name so linked to Sheridan's new C-TEC program and to the important work and learning that will take place here for years and years to come. Today, imagining the new job growth and the expanded opportunities, the new businesses and the future trades that will happen here, causes me to think back, to look back to the Sheridan High School I attended from 1951 to my graduation year, as you heard, in 1955. We had classes in that old ag department, I remember that. We learned to type and take shorthand. I don't know what we were supposed to do with that, but we did it. And there was, of course, the home ec program, home economics, to prepare us homemakers for the future. Well, today we will be preparing a workforce for jobs, for trades, for careers we couldn't even imagine in the 1950s. We couldn't have thought of the things that will be taught here, learned here, and turned into jobs and programs. But also, it's important to remember that the new West Valley C-TEC program will have a training area that is not new at all. Not new, but much in need, and it is a professional skill we need to enhance in our community, the Fire Science Program. Now, for years, my dad, Bob Huey, was a Sheridan volunteer fireman. And when that fire siren went off, cars from all over town spun up and down the highway at top speed, all over town, headed for the old fire department. Whether it was day or whether it was night, they were ready to serve. A house afire, barns burning, field fires. Well, this new training program will be more regional, more technical, and in the end, safer for both the community and for these highly trained firefighters that are going to come out of this new program. I'm so excited about it. My dad would be thrilled. He'd never get to drive like that again in Sheridan, though. Here today is my younger son, Mark Sanders, and his wife, Tammy. Last year, they moved to a new home with acreage and surrounding forest land. Before they could even unpack in their new Estacada home, they were evacuated from that huge fire zone for days and days, and they waited for news of the condition of their brand new property. They were so lucky. Many of their neighbors were less fortunate. Fire suppression takes on new meaning near Tinder Dry forests. CTEC will help prepare not only those lands, but those firefighters to make this area safer as well. And beyond the fire science program, students will gain important skills in semi-truck driving. I have a lot of family members, nephews and brother-in-laws who did that, and boy, is that a good trade. And they will learn diesel mechanics. And there'll be manufacturing technologies that leads to many, many new businesses in this community and the surrounding area. And agribusiness that includes sustainable farming and new crops and soil expertise. And anyone who thinks that there is nothing new happening in the field of farming, let's talk for just a minute about the wine industry in Yamhill County. Over 50 years of agricultural innovation. Just one example of what happens when you spread your thinking about what farms can be and what they can grow. I want to commend the Sheridan School District for its leadership and the tech program for its huge leadership as well in what is going to happen here today and in the future. Its leadership was about moving forward with this CTEC plan. Your investment of creative planning and financial support and collaborative outreach was demonstrated here today, and it also demonstrates that this school district is a role model for school districts statewide on how to get it done. Now, I happen to think, with a little prejudice, how fortunate this community was to have the commitment of David Gomberg, Representative, I try to make it official here, Representative David Gomberg, plus his Ways and Means knowledge and Betsy Johnson's Ways and Means knowledge to deliver this remarkable investment to your new CTEC plan. It wouldn't happen if it hadn't been for those two and the work they did and David's commitment to this project. I think he even put his wife to work making sure she was working on it too. And speaking of the importance of collaboration, I don't want to stop without acknowledging, and I think this is worth some real applause, the witness we saw today of United Way's generosity. Just so many Oregon communities all over this state, United Way steps in and helps when asked and when needed, and I just want to make a special note of that. And also to thank the people who work for community colleges in this state. They make a difference, they continue to make a difference, and they will be a collaborative part of this operation as well. As a former community college board member, I can't tell you how pleased I am to see that collaboration. And today, as I'm honored in my hometown with the mayor stepping forward in attendance, which I greatly appreciate. I haven't had a mayor step forward for me for a long time. It feels very good. And I saw a number of local and other officials in the audience from different counties and from different communities, and I thank you very much for your attendance today. I know what kind of schedules you have, and I appreciate your time and your attendance here. And I look in the audience, and I see something a little unusual for me today. I see the faces of several of my classmates who graduated with me in 1955. That's 67 years ago. They're still here and they're still working in this community. They still care about this community. Would you give them a hand of applause? I am so honored today. I feel a lot of emotion as I look at my younger son here today, here in Sheridan, in my hometown, where he hasn't been since he was about 6 months old. And today he is witnessing an amazing day in my life. I really thank you. I want you all to know something. It's not really a secret, but I just want you to know it. I never drive past Sheridan. I always drive through. No matter where I'm going, when I get to the edge of town on either side, whoever's driving me or if I'm driving myself, we have to drive through Sheridan. We have to come across the bridge. We have to look at everything. We have to look at my old house on Sheridan Road. I just can't drive through. It's home. And now I have a new incentive to come down Main Street and drive down Bridge Street and turn on Southeast Jefferson Street. I'll be looking for a sign that reads something like Governor Barbara Roberts Career Technical Education Center. I'll be looking for that on Jefferson Street every time I don't drive past but drive through. So thanks for this tremendous honor. I am thrilled. I am so thrilled. And thank you for welcoming me home.